Good morning again, everyone. And so we're moving now on to mindful yoga practice, which is going to be the theme really of the next hour. And really following on those of you who've been just meditating, those of you who haven't, really today we're looking to just slow things down a little bit so you can actually find some space to really note and explore what's actually going on inside you as you practice. We often talk about this kind of acceptance of whatever we're feeling. Acceptance is a strange word, isn't it? Because it means so much to all of us, and yet it's quite hard, it's very hard often, just to let ourselves be as we find ourselves. We are so often bound up in trying to become someone, in trying to become a better version of ourselves. A kinder, more patient, more caring, more present, more aware person, or whatever it is where our attention kind of latches onto, that often we kind of almost want to change whatever the blueprint, the kind of raw stuff of ourselves is. And so today, just looking at our relationship that we're setting with ourselves as we practice, and without trying to change that, just seeing if we can note, be aware, be mindful of that, with compassion, and just letting it be, really. Just seeing if it can change as we just watch it of its own accord. So a bit like the weather changes all the time. The sun's out and then it passes behind a cloud. We move from high pressure to low pressure. So too trusting that whatever we're noting within ourselves isn't actually fixed in time. It's not actually permanent. It's just energy that's flowing through us and our perception of that, our relationship to that, that then creates slowly this sense of it being something that's real, that's tangible. So this is a feeling practice, just letting ourselves feel whatever we are and to be present, do that with compassion. Quite a tall order. Here we go for the next 55 minutes anyway. Eyes shutting, and just let your breath settle as your eyes shut. And your breath resting within the body, your awareness resting in the body. This amazing organism that you've woken up with today, every day of your life. This architecture, this framework around you, that all the time is keeping you alive, holding the essence of your vitality, your awareness, your consciousness, an imprint on the planet. So coming back to the building blocks of your vitality, your breath. This bridge between the world outside and your inner universe. And bringing attention to the breath, the physical sensation of the breath within the body, down at the belly. And there, noticing the rise and fall of your breath, the flow of your in-breath into your out-breath. And if your mind wants to wander, just noting that it's doing so. Letting the mind have freedom to move where it wants to move. But then rather than following those thoughts, that wandering, just gently turning your attention back to the breath. As if you were taking a wildlife photograph and you were just focusing in on the breath as the object of your attention. Whether you like how you're feeling, or trying to push it away a little. Just noticing whatever impulses of the mind you're aware of, letting them be, without having to change them or do something about them, but each time just guiding awareness back and into the breath. And counting for the next 5 rounds of breath. And then the gaze soft as your eyes open again. And drawing your knees up to the center line and moving slowly, so really moving with awareness. One feeling you've got to arrive quickly. We're going to come onto all fours. And as you arrive on all fours, take a moment to feel the contact of your body with the earth. So feel the sensation through the palms of the hands, through the knees, the feet, and allowing your breath to flow, just allowing your out breath now, the next few rounds of breath, to move through your mouth. And then coming back to sit on your heels and your arms are stretched out in front of you. Your forehead can be down to the floor. And you're taking a few resting breaths in, stretching out the spine, aligning the body. If you count the next 3 rounds of breath now, and coming up and onto all fours. And arriving on all fours, you're going to come into a few rounds of cat and cow here. So your out breath, your spine will be curving up. And your in breath, keeping the arms, hands steady, you're lifting up and into the chest. before coming back round again with your out breath. And making your breath your primary focus here. So whatever other sensation you're feeling through the body, being aware of that, but don't feel you've got to adjust it, or react to it, or respond to it. Unless, of course, you're feeling really genuine discomfort, then please do so. Don't wait for me to say anything there. But otherwise, just seeing if you can hold a bit of that camera lens of attention in on your breath as you're moving. Whenever you note that your mind has got a bit distracted, it's moved elsewhere, you can just lift the camera lens back and into the breath with a soft, steady gaze. Don't feel you've got to do this rigidly, you've got to kind of drag the mind there. Just doing so gently and firmly, a bit like you're leading a horse by the reins to drink some water. If you notice there is any resistance, any tightening as you do so, like the body doesn't enjoy it, just seeing if you can relax, keep everything relaxed as you guide the mind back. So in your own time, hands rooting downwards into the floor, we're going to come into down dog. Toes tucking under, you're lifting up and back into down dog. And here in down dog, if you now count 5 rounds of breath, just counting at the beginning of one round and then feeling the breath till you get to the next round. The final round. And looking forward up to the front of the mat. If you then walk your feet up towards your hands, taking you into a forward fold, and your feet hips width apart, the knees a little bit bent, and you're just coming into any sort of forward fold that you enjoy. So you can catch hold of elbow points, backs of the legs, feet, just let the arms hang down, whatever feels right to you here. And a silent count, just feeling 5 rounds of breath again. Follow your in-breath into your out-breath. Imagining that you're making this wildlife documentary and your breath is the object of your attention. So whatever else you're feeling is there, but you need not really do anything about it or have to react to it. You might note how you're relating to it, whether you like it or not. And the whole dialogue that goes with that, but you don't have to get involved in trying to sort that relationship out in any shape. And from those 5 rounds of breath, lifting your arms up a little bit, so they are literally just hanging now quite freely. Just note how relaxed the arms, the shoulders are if you sway them a little bit. And then, unfurling the spine 1 vertebrae to the next, you're rolling up and into standing. And you're lying in standing up at the top of the mat, hands at the heart. And now, as you stand here in tadasana, just doing any adjustments that you feel are helpful to you to really feel grounded and to find space within your body. So doing any movement gently, softly, rather than feeling you've got to pull or push, the body into position here. Just feeling your way into balance and into alignment. You notice your mind is getting pulled outside of the body. Keep coming back to that center point of the breath. And with your camera lens of attention on the breath, moving the arms up and over the head. Keep feeling that sense of space. But the moment you start to feel you're pulling the body and there's a sense of tightening, wherever you feel that tightening, whether it's in the mind or the body, just relaxing that, coming back a fraction. And breathing here, 3 rounds of breath. Keep finding space within you. And now, as your out-breath flows, you're coming down the center line and into the forward fold. So, excuse me. And arriving in forward fold, again, just see whatever you need to do here to feel more ease, more wellness in your body, whether it's moving, whether it's been still this morning. Just encouraging your body to open up its parameters a little bit. And your hands coming back when you're ready. And with your hands back, we're stepping back and into down dog. Slow, gentle movements. You really keep your awareness steady as you move, rather than moving too quickly and losing that. And breathing into down dog, feeling the breath through you. In breath, coming down to all fours. And from there, arriving back to your heels and your spine stretching out. Moving as slowly as you need to keep that focus of the mind on the breath. So in your own time, find your way through and into Cobra. And from Cobra, arriving back and into Down Dog. Just note how you're moving and doing so as much gentleness, fluidity as you can. And then, in Down Dog, finding balance again. And counting from 1 to 3 with your breath. Just noting where the mind is, guiding it back to your breath. It's gone to wandering. Keep resetting that relationship of mind to body, guiding the mind back to connect with the body through the breath. And finding your way on an out breath up towards the top of the mat. Slow, gentle movements, however you find your way here. Making sure you're moving with, how to say, wellness, with that sense of kindness, and folding. Coming to rise as you breathe in, and allowing your body to unfurl as you start to lift up, arms floating up, and coming back and into the heart. Just gathering your awareness at the heart for a couple of rounds, breath. Then, when you're ready to move, following your new breath, the in-breath up, palms above the head. And you may just want to you may want to move from side to side a little bit. That feels good to the body. Just allowing the body, encouraging it to open. Just opening up, sense of ease within you. Notice your camera lens as finely tuned as it was as you start to move. Notice how easily you get pulled elsewhere. And drawing it back into your breath. And then finding your way down and into the forward fold. And in your forward fold, your left hand will come towards your right foot, just in front of it or to the side. And your right hand is going to lift up, taking you into twist, unfurling that right arm. Now, as you arrive, just see here, what else can you do just to find more ease and opening for your body? If it's relaxing shoulders, relaxing the jaw, just be mindful of where tension may want to arise in the body. And doing nothing else apart from just letting those muscles relax a little bit where you notice that tension accumulating. So any tightening, whether it's in the mind, the body, just softening that a little bit. And over to the other side, right hand down, and the left arm unfurling as you look to the left. Just softening the shoulders, softening backs of legs. Not actually having to necessarily change how you're standing, but just softening all the time. It's almost like you're resetting this relationship, this mind, to the body with more compassion. And back and into the forward fold. So slightly longer holds today. Hands coming down, and you're arriving back into down dog. Again, careful placing, slow movement. You're holding the mind as steady as you can as you move. And giving yourself 5 rounds of breath. And just counting after each breath. Which will just help to keep the mind anchored. Just noticing how much space there is in a breath. And you're arriving down and onto all fours again. And arriving on all fours, again coming back towards your heels. Take your time to do so. Really stretch out through the spine. And then, when you're ready to move, you're finding your way onto your belly. And from your belly into cobra, you're finding your way up and into down dog. And adjusting your feet into down dog. And just bring your gaze, your inner gaze, down to your belly now. And feel that sense of energy in your core. Feel how that sense of energy, this kind of power center within your body, resonates with your breath. And from that center, your right leg lifting up. And then slowly opening the right leg over to the left. As you're coming to twist, looking underneath the right armpit. And you'll come back down again into down dog. Do take any resting breaths for doing longer holds whenever you need to, coming into child. Over to the other side, from that power center in your core. The left leg lifting up. Feel your breath resonating with the belly as you do so. And slowly coming into the twist. Left leg over to the right hand side and your gaze out under the left armpit. And the left leg coming down. You'll walk your feet up to the top of the mat. It's a slow, steady journey. And when they arrive there, you'll offer your spine forward. So whatever version you like to do, hands on the knees, on the floor. And looking forward from the base of the spine. And as you look forward, now take the gaze back inwards almost. So don't shut your eyes, but feel the sense of looking out from the back of the skull. And then folding down the length of the legs. See if there's anything you can soften here. Anything you can do here to just find more ease, more sense of wellness within your body. Keep holding your primary attention on the breath. Don't let the mind wander off and do its same thing. Time and again, keep guiding it back to your breath. And using your breath to start to lift up, the arms to open, and arms open, and the palms coming down to your center line. So hands dropping now down either sides of the body, and you're bending your knees a little bit, so really do sit as deep as you can down into your feet. And then, with your feet rooting, you're going to swing your arms from one side over to the other. Taking up a couple of breaths or so here. And slowly coming back to the center line. Now just swing your hands here so you can kind of see by that. You know, how much your mind is wanting to push into the arms in a way, by how relaxed they're kind of feeling right now. Don't think there's anything right or wrong here. We all kind of go through states where the mind gets very busy, and it's just always accepting that. Letting that happen, but still keeping the energy on the breath, the awareness on the breath. And then in breath, we're going to swing the arms up into chair. Now you're arriving in chair, and you're going to make sure you're sitting on a comfortable chair. So you really can feel the imaginary pillows and cushions beneath you as you sit down on it. And we're going to take another 3 rounds of breath. You can just count those breaths after each round. Just letting the body do whatever the body wants to do. Your focus, watching the breath. Another round of breath. And find your way down and into forward fold. And arriving in forward fold, again, just do whatever you'd like to do here. So you do feel you're opening up your energy rather than contracting it, any shape or form. Make any variations and adjustments that feel right to you this morning. And then hands coming down to the mat, and you're going to be stepping your right foot carefully back behind you. So a nice, slow, steady step, and the right foot will land on the mat. Left hand is on the little toe side of the front foot. You might want to use a block here, and your right arm's going to lift up, opening you into Trikonasana. Now, as you arrive here, we're going to take a few rounds of breath here. So again, make any adjustments you need to, but then see if you can find a sense of stillness within the body. So don't feel you've got to open any more fully into this shape. Just trusting the body will find its own way into opening. And so the mind focusing in on the breath, almost like you are a detective here of the body. And you're just observing, though, your primary witness is the breath here. You just want to observe the breath, get to know the breath and all of its nuances. So much about the breath can tell us so much about the state of mind. So when it is calm, relaxed, it's kind of saying quite a lot about how the mind is. And if the mind is relaxed, the breath is relaxed, and the body will just naturally be able to relax. So if there's anything you can soften, such as if shoulders have come forward a bit, you may be able to just soften them out. And then you can arrive into down dog again. Right hand down and stepping back into down dog. Give yourself another breath in down dog. And then making your way up to the top of the mat again. Nice, steady journey. No rush, no haste. And arriving back into forward fold. So each moment you're here, each moment you're doing one of the asanas, really do make it like your first moment or your last moment in this, your first or last breath. Letting yourself truly experience whatever you're doing here as fully as you can, as present as you can. Another round or so of breath here. And then getting ready to step your left foot back, a slow, steady step. The foot will align with the floor, both feet down, just making adjustments, right hand to the little toe edge or else on the shin, the calf or on the block. And your left arm starting to unfurl into Trikonasana. As you arrive here, just feeling the shape, how the body is this morning and how the mind's relating to that. And whether there's a sense of enjoying, liking whatever you're feeling, or whether there's a sense of wanting to change it or push it away a little bit, or shape it. Losing the words, coming back to the breath. And so whatever else is happening, your breath is your center point of attention. Almost like you're creating a bit of distance between yourself and that dialogue. Like, dislike. With your next round of breath, The left hand is coming down. And so that's taking you back into down dog here. Take your time to arrive in down dog. And from down dog, coming down onto all fours. And from all fours, take yourself back into cat and cow here. And doing this however you feel to do this. But just making sure as you do move, that you feel present to the body. You know that feeling when one's kind of racing and the mind is kind of racing on ahead. And it can actually kind of engender a certain sense of anxiety because the mind's kind of trying to, well, the body's trying to keep up with whatever the mind's saying. So just bring the two together and use your breath here as the bridge to connect the two. Breath is your flow of life, of vitality. And as we are aware of the breath, we can bring our awareness to the breath. We can connect to our vitality with awareness. Another round of breath. And your right hand now is coming underneath the left, taking you down onto your right temple. You can come up onto the fingertips of the left hand. And we're counting 5 rounds of breath here. And over to the other side. So left hand underneath right. Coming down to the left temple and up onto the right fingertips. And another 5 rounds. And right hand coming down, left hand arriving as well, and you're lifting up and into down dog. Take your time again to arrive in down dog, and 5 rounds of breath here. Each breath as full as the last one, being as present in each one of those 5. Whenever you note your mind is wanting to get pulled elsewhere, just noticing those impulses and then guiding it back time and again, gently and firmly, to your breath. And from those rounds of breath, left foot's going to be lifting up, floating it up, feel the body in balance. And the left foot slowly finding its way between your hands. Seeing if you can make that transition as smoothly as you can, however you're doing it, and the back foot will flip down. So your front knee is bending here and finding your way up and into warrior 2. Your arms soften, relax, and then seeing if you can deepen that lunge on the front leg. Your gaze down the front arm. Now just seeing how relaxed, how much ease you can find here. So almost that's a state of mind that goes beyond what the body, the musculature may be telling you. But setting that relationship with self to self, with ease, with kindness. So be mindful of what else you're feeling, but not actually having to react to it. Change that, just letting it be whatever you're finding here in this moment of time, this moment of breath. Be present. If it does feel intense, just feel this sense of opening up the field of your awareness to hold your entire body in it, space around you, rather than having to pinpoint in on a particular sensation that may cause discomfort. Your breath, your anchor, move around and finding your way back and into down dog. So as you arrive in down dog again another 5 rounds of breath, and you're counting those. Letting the mind settle, to enjoy, to be present to each one, as if it were the first one, as if it were the last. If you notice the mind is restless, just noting that as a state of mind, without feeling there's anything wrong with that, just letting that restlessness be without actually having to do or change it. And you may note, as you focus on the breath, that the quality of restlessness, whatever is there around the mind, feeding it, changes itself of its own accord. You're coming onto the other side. So first of all, your right leg is going to be lifting up, stretching it up, feeling yourself in balance. And then right foot coming through, very steady, slow, gentle transitions. And the foot's coming between the hands. And your left foot is coming down, and you're lifting up and into warrior two. So again, letting your body relax as you arrive here. Just see where you can soften shoulders. And then just letting yourself feel wherever you have arrived. And feeling the breath. Focus on the breath. And we're taking 5 rounds here. Remember your David Attenborough film. You're kind of focusing in on the breath as the primary object of your attention. Another round. And hands coming up to the heart. And both feet rotating now so they're parallel with one another. And then hands parallel, breathing in. We'll lift up and into the front of the body. Become aware of the back of the spine as well as you lift. And you're going to hinge through the waist, from the waist, and the hands coming down towards the floor. arriving in forward fold here. And whatever you're feeling it fully, but still keep the awareness on the breath. So left hand to the centre of the mat, and your right arm lifting up into the air, taking you into a twist to the left hand side. Keep breathing fully here, awareness on the breath. And right hand coming down to the centre line, onto the floor, and your left arm unfurling up towards ceiling, taking you in a twist to the left hand side. Left hand coming down, and when the left hand comes to the floor, just walk your hands forward a little bit here, and then see if you can walk your feet out a fraction further. And then looking forward, lengthen out through the spine, and then folding down a little bit deeper. And your hands can walk back in, so they're walking out behind you. Hands are shoulders width apart from one another, elbows pointing out behind. And you're going to count 5 rounds of breath here. Just feeling the breath, bringing your awareness, focusing back in on the breath each moment. And your hands walking forward again. Now bend your knees a little bit and walk your feet in if you need to here so you feel supported. Hands up to the hips, and you're lifting up and into standing again. Rotating your left foot up to the top of the mat, and your arms can float up. And your arms floating up, if you then lunge forward on the front knee, and you're in warrior one. Take time to arrive. Just keeping everything very soft, so not worrying about how far you're kind of pushing your body here, how much you're kind of creating a shape or not, but just feeling, keeping the mind very focused and present within the body. It's almost like you're trusting your body to unravel itself rather than the mind feeling that's got to do the job, as it were, by thinking that it's doing it. Breath. Arms coming back, so that doesn't make sense. Feet returning so they're parallel with one another. Keep the arms floating up. And then we rotate to the right foot that's facing away from you, facing down the long edge of the mat. And you're then lunging down on the front knee, the right knee, and you're into warrior one on the opposite side. Just keep steadying the mind on the breath. So then whatever else is going on within the body, you're just giving yourself freedom, trusting for that to happen. So any tension can just softly unravel. Breath. And your arms can now come down and into down dog. Planting hands and then stepping back. And as you arrive in down dog, you're going to take 5 rounds of breath. Just letting go of doing. Instead, you're letting yourself be, holding these shapes, mind with the breath. And just seeing how that feels to be present within the body. Then coming back down and onto all fours. And arriving on all fours, if you now bring your legs around to the front of the mat, and feet stretching out in front of you, just make sure you're comfortable and anchored down into the sit bones. Left hand coming to the right knee now, right hand's just resting behind you. And keeping the spine tall, coming into twist over to the right hand side. Relax. And arriving back, the other side, right hand to left knee, and left hand just slightly behind you. And you're into twist to the left hand side. So again, picking up the mind if it's wandered anywhere, coming back to your breath. And where you feel the mind being drawn into any sensation, just noting that, but then keep drawing the mind, lifting it, taking it back into the breath. So in this sense, one's just loosening those patterns of reacting to all the different sensations that arise within the body, which gives oneself a bit more space to see them more clearly and to then respond to them if necessary. Arriving back to the center line and hands on the knees now, and the arms will float up, breathing in, the arms lifting, spine unfurling, and hinging forward from the waist, the spine is floating down. Hands to the feet, hands to the legs. In breath, looking forward. See if you can soften your shoulders, say, and soften the spine, and soften the mind, the jaw, the eyes, feet, the backs of the legs, and then folding as you breathe out a few rounds of breath. Note if anything in you is tightening. Just see if there's any give there to be able to soften it. And arriving back up and into sitting. And from sitting, you're bending your knees, and you're coming down onto the spine. And arriving on the spine, just settle your spine here. And then you're going to hug your knees into the chest. And then you'll drop your feet down to the floor, hips width apart from one another. And your hands can come by the sides of the body. And so, just finding a slow journey up and into bridge. And when you arrive, we'll take a few rounds of breath here. Following in breath into out breath. Note any impulse if you want to, move the body to do more. And just letting yourself be in the shape, to feel the shape, without feeling you've got to kind of make it more than it is. And lowering the pelvis back down again to the floor. And your knees coming back in to the chest. And when you're ready to, you then take time to stretch out the legs and you're coming into lying down, asana. So making sure, if you can, there's space around you, your feet spread out a little to either side, arms by either sides of the body, space along the spine, and eyes shutting. And feeling the frame of the body in rest. Scanning through the body from crown down to the feet. And relaxing each part in turn. Almost like you're leading, guiding your body to that point just before sleep. And everything is so relaxed, but the mind is still alert, aware, attentive. And in that space, you're present, not needing to do, to be, to become, to make or shape, allowing yourself to be. Accepting how that is. Bring your attention to the breath. Bringing attention to the body breathing. Fine-tuning your focus to witness, to observe the in-breath and the out-breath. Space holding the breath. Whatever else you're thinking, feeling, sensing, whatever else, knowing that you can guide the mind back to the breath, to be present to life as it rises, passes through you and in front of you. Being present and attentive to life as it comes and it goes. Your breath as an anchor. So become aware of your surroundings now. Become aware of sounds. And the sense of touch, body to earth, air upon face, fabric upon skin. Becoming aware of the space around you, the room around you, your home around you, the space around your home. And the space beyond that, stretching in all directions across the earth's surface, up above you into the sky, into the universe. Boundless space, infinite space. And in the center of this space, becoming aware of the touch of breath in your body in this moment of time. Present in the infinite of the universe. An awareness coming back to the body, to the breath, to the inner universe within you. Breath to breath, moment to moment. And when you're ready to, starting to move fingers, toes, the head. And with your eyes still shut, then rolling onto the right hand side for a few resting breaths. And from there, finding your way up and into sitting again. And arriving in sitting, the gaze soft. And feeling the flow of the breath inside the body. And hands lifting up into the heart. And there, bowing forwards and greeting yourself, the relationship we create with ourselves, with each other, and with the universe around us. Thank you very much.